So I'm so excited to show you guys this recipe. I tell you, this recipe has been a lifesaver for me. As you guys know, I've been on a little bit of a health journey and trying to lose some weight. And one of the hardest things for me to give up was my avocado toast in the morning. To me, this recipe saved the day. Packed with protein, easy to make, and oh, so good. All right, so let's get to it. So I'm going to take some ground chicken. Very easy. And I just put it in a bowl. And then I take some cottage cheese. And add that in. So lots of protein. Then I go ahead and this kind of binds it together. So imagine almost like a thickening agent, a flour. So Parmesan cheese. Then a little bit of garlic powder because a little bit of garlic never hurt anyone. Then some cheddar cheese. Sometimes I use mozzarella cheese. So honestly, whatever you have on hand or whatever you like, they both work great. And then one egg. I love my farm fresh eggs, but any eggs will do. And that just kind of like binds everything together. And then I like to do just a pinch. Don't overdo it because remember, there's always salt in the cheeses. So just like a little pinch of salt and pepper. And then I also like to do it after it's cooked. Add a little bit more salt. You guys know that's always my tip. Okay, so then we just mix this all together. I always start it off with using a spoon. You could use a regular spoon or a larger spoon. And then you got to get your hands in there. This is so delicious. So not only do I use it for my avocado toast, I also love to make like little keto, shall we say, chicken parm with this as the base. So easy. So I usually make, a big batch of these and keep it in the fridge for the week, or these also freeze really well. So they're a great make ahead meal and super easy. When you just want to grab something, they're delicious all on their own too. All right, now I'm going to get in there with my hands, mix it all up. Just mix it up until it's all well combined. All you do is take, I don't really roll them, but like make it into almost like a patty and place it on a sheet pan that's lined with parchment paper. So you don't worry about it sticking. If you don't have parchment paper, you can always just make sure it's really, really, really well greased. With all this cheese, it will stick. That's for sure. And I put them, maybe an inch or two apart from each other. Obviously, you don't want them super close because as they heat, they do spread a little bit. And you can make them as big or as little as you want. If you just want mini ones, make them smaller. If you want like heartier ones like I'm making, I would say like the palm of your hand is perfect. Okay, so you could put them in the oven just like this and they'll have like a little rise to them. Or if you truly want like flat patties, you just take a little bit of, I use avocado oil, but whatever kind you want, and flatten it out with a glass. And then you have to like let it like slide off a little bit. So those are the flat ones if you want them more like patties. So we'll do half flat and half in the little rounds. Okay, like I said, I like to make these ahead of time, pop them in baggies, and then have them in the fridge so I could use them whenever. I would say this is probably like the perfect, because I'm going to rebake these, right? Especially if I make chicken parm. So I think like golden, like blonde on top. If you want them to be a little bit crispier, keep them in an extra 5 minutes. That works fine too. But since you're reheating, you don't want them to get that dry. So I still like them to be a little bit moist. Okay, so I'm going to take the 4 flat ones and put them on a separate baking dish just so I could show you how you could make the chicken parm ones. So we have our 4 patties. Now we're going to take a little bit of marinara sauce and put it on top. Then take some fresh mozzarella cheese and sprinkle it on top of each one. Feel free to put more if you like it extra cheesy or just a little bit if you like it a little bit less. So it's about, I would say like 1 teaspoon of the sauce and 1 teaspoon of the cheese. You could add a little bit more if you want. Then I take a tiny little bit of salt and pepper And I also add some Italian seasoning. This just gives it a little bit of that Italian flavor. You know, this isn't super fancy. This is a very easy version of chicken parm. But I tell you what, it is packed with flavor. So this goes back in the oven again. All right, so these yummy things just came out of the oven, and oh my gosh, they smell amazing. They taste even better. But now you see what I mean why I said don't overbake it the first time around, because you're going to rebake it. And look how like nice and golden and toasty it is. So good. You will not believe how easy these are to make and how tasty they are. Like, and you're not breading, you're not getting all those carbs. It's truly like a protein bomb. So like I said to you, I love using these as my avocado toast. I missed avocado toast when I was trying to do the low carb, and this was my solution. So as you can see, obviously it's not bread, but see like how soft it is on the inside? It kind of gives you that consistency of bread. So when they come out, add a little bit of salt to them. Like I always say, when things are hot, that's the perfect time for salt to go in. I just chopped up some avocado and I place it on top. All right, so let me know which ones you try. Let me know if you try the avocado toast or the Parmesan, and let me know what you think. I'm always curious.